Hello everyone. Today we'll be going through Mathematics Paper 4 Extended 058-042 May June 2013. This is Cambridge paper. So let us move to the question number 1. Question number 1 says a tennis club has 560 members. The ratio between men, women and children is given by this one. For part first, show that the club has 240 women members are in the middle, so it will be 6. So first of all we will check for the sum of ratios, so we can write here sum of ratios, and this will be equal to 5 plus 6 plus 3, so 9 plus 5 will be 14. So sum of ratios we got as 14. Now women members we can check for women members. This will be 6 out of 14, so we can write 6 out of 14 multiply by the total which we are having, which is 560 basically. So 560 is the total one, so we will simplify 6 divided by 14 and multiply by 560. This will be giving us 240. So 240 women will be our answer, which is 2 marks part which we have done. Now the second part, how many members are children? And if we check, the children are in sequence last one, so 3 out of 3 out of total 560, so we can write 3 out of 14 into 560. This will be children, and this is 1 mark question. Working is not required, but I'm writing everything for you so that you can understand properly. And this is 120, and 120 will be our final answer for this 1 mark question. Now B part says 5 by 8 of the 240 women members play in a tournament. How many women members do not play in the tournament? So do not play, they are asking for do not play. So 5 by 8 are playing, it means 3 by 8 are not playing. So not playing, this will be equal to 3 by 8 of 240. This will be not playing. From where we got this 340? This is 1 minus 5 by 8 you can do, and that will be basically 3 by 8. So we can simplify this as 3 over 3 over basically 3 over 8 of 240, and this is resulting to 90. So 90 women are not playing. So this was a 2 mark question which we are done. Now they are saying C part, the annual membership fee is 2000 in 2013 is $198 for each adult and $75 for each child. And part I, calculate the total amount the 560 members pay in 213. So there are $198. This is the fee for adult, and how many are adult? Children are 120. So 560 minus 120 we can calculate, that will be 560 minus 120. This will be adults, and this will be equal to how much? This will be 560 minus 120. This will be adult, which is 440. So 440 are paying $198. So $198 multiplied by 440, and this will be one amount, and the second amount will be 75 for each uh, child, so $75 will be multiplied by 120, which we have already calculated here in this part. So this will be amounting to how much? We can write in brackets 198 multiplied by 440 and bracket close, and plus the second one will be 75 multiplied by 120 and bracket close, and this is equal to 96120. This will be dollars. This is the amount collected. This will be 2 marks question. Now, second part, the adult fee of $198 in 2013 is 5.6% more than the fee in 2012. So this is a reverse percentage question, and we don't know basically the amount in 2012. We don't know what was the price. So but now currently it is after increment of 5.6%, it is now $198. So calculate the adult fee in 2012. So we need to calculate now. This is the amount, so we can calculate 100 plus $5.6, 100 plus 5 point, so 100 plus 5.6 and divided by also 100, and it will be applied on x. So x was the amount which was in 2012, and it is now $198 after increment. Now we can find x amount. X will be the adult fee in 2012. So x will be equal to 198 and divided by this portion we are sending to the other side of equality, and it will be 100 plus 5.6 and divided by 100, bracket close, and we can simplify. This will be 198 over, this will be again in fraction we can write 100 and plus 5.6 and over will be 100, and this is bracket is closed, and this is equal to 187.5. So 187.5 was the price of the basically adult fee in 2012. So 187.5. This is 3-mark question which we have done. D part, the club buys 36 tennis balls for 9.50 and sells them to members for 0.75. So purchasing price is this much, which is 9.50 for 36 balls. So purchasing price is 9.56. Purchasing cost will be 9.50. This will be in dollars, and selling price, selling basically selling amount you can say will be equal to 0.75 dollars and multiplied by 36, and this will be giving us 0.75 multiplied by 36 is equal to $27. So the profit will be how much? Profit we can calculate. Profit will be equal to 27 minus 9.50, selling price minus selling amount minus the purchasing amount. So this will be 27 minus 9.50 is equal to $17.5. So profit is $17.5, and this $17.5 is against investment of 9.50. So percentage profit, we can check. Percentage profit will be equal to 17.5 and divided by 9.50. This was the investment, and 100 multiplied by 100 will be for percentage. So we can check this is 17.5 divided by 9.50 and multiplied by 100 will be equal to 184.21, 184.21, and they are saying calculate the percentage profit to the club makes, which is this is $184 is our answer, 184%, and this is 3 marks question which we are done. Now E part, the tennis court is rectangle with the length this much and width this one, each correct to one decimal place. So it is lower bound, upper bound question. Calculate the upper and lower bounds of the perimeter of the court. So we can check for lower bound and upper bound of 23.7. This will be upper bound and this will be lower bound. So we can write upper bound will be 23.75 and lower bound will be 23.65. Now similarly upper bound and lower bound of 10.5 also we can check 10.9 basically, and this will be upper bound will be 10.95 and 10 10.95 and lower bound will be 10.85. So this will be lower bound. Now for the perimeter, to check for the perimeter and lower bound of the perimeter will be, we will be taking lower bounds and calculating on the basis of lower bound, and we know this is 2 into length plus width, so 23.65 plus 10.85, and this will be equal to, we can write 2 into 23.65 plus 10.85, and this will be resulting to 69. So 69, and perimeter of upper bound, we will be taking upper bounds, and upper bounds are 23.75 and plus this will be 10.85. So we can write here 10.85 and simplify. This will be 2 into 23.75 plus 10.85, and this will be resulting to 69.2, 23.75 and plus 10.85, basically 10.95 we have to take. Why we are taking 85, which is lower bound? So when we take 9.5, it will be resulting to 69.4. This is equal to 69.4. So lower bound will be 69 and upper bound will be 69.4. Keep in mind you cannot switch these two because lower bound should be 69 and 69.5 should be upper bound. Otherwise you lose 1 mark for this. Now we can move to the question number 2. Question number 2 says, this is the grid provided, diagram P and Q are also provided, and they are saying part I, first part is describe the single transformation which maps shape P onto Q. P onto Q is what? If we check this point, which is this one, is moving 1 2 3 4 5 units left, so -5, this will be -5, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 units up, so it will be +8. So -5 and +8 will be our answer, and it will be translation. So we can write here translation, and translation matrix we can provide basically -5 and 8. This will be our answer for 2 marks. And then second part, on the grid above, draw the image of shape P after reflection in the line y is equal to -1. Y is equal to -1 is which line? We have to identify that line first, and that is basically this line. Y is equal to -1 is this line, and we have to reflect P, and reflection of P, we can measure this distance. This is 3 units down, so from here 1, 2 and 3 units, so this mark will be reflected to this side. And similarly we can check distance also. You have to check the distance from the mirror line, which is y is equal to -1. So this is 1, 2, 3 and 4 units, so we can move up. It will be 1, 2, 3 and 4 units, so this will be the point. Similarly we can move the for the other points also, and this will be our reflected diagram, and we can draw this reflected diagram like this one. Hopefully you are understanding each and everything. These transformation questions are very simple, and even you can use tracing paper for this also. Now this is done. Next is on the grid above, draw the image of shape P under the transformation represented by matrix this one, and this will be shape P under transformation. So P will be this will be rotation. Basically we can rotate this about the origin, and if we rotate this about the origin, this will be reaching to this place, this point will reach to this side. If we check how it is shifting, so we can check from here and here. This will be 90 degree, and this is 90 degree, and this is anti-clockwise. And similarly this will be, the other points will be moving to this one, and further these points. So you can even check for the other points also. They are all uh, basically rotated about the origin and 90 degree anti-clockwise, and this will be our new drawing after this transformation. Hopefully you understood each and everything. Now we can go to this B part. This describe fully. This here is not there in current syllabus, but we are solving this because you never know when Cambridge will include again, so we are solving this for the future point of view. Describe fully the single transformation which maps shape M onto L. Shape M onto L, we can see this is basically shear, and this is by shear to the x-axis by 2 units basically. So x-axis, this will be by 2 units. We can check this is 1, 2, 3, 4 units moved. I mean, like the upper portion is moved only to the right. So we can write this is shear x-axis, and by factor 2 we can write here factor 2. So on the grid above, draw the image of, next part we are doing on the grid above, draw the image of shape M after enlargement by scale factor 2, and center of enlargement is 5 and 0. 5 and 0 will be center of enlargement. So center of enlargement we can mark like this one. If we identify, this will be the center of enlargement, and now we can enlarge this through this center. If we draw, basically if we draw the lines, this will be passing through this one, and the second line will be uh, passing through this point. If we draw accurately, and we can draw a line from here as well. So for enlargement we are drawing these lines, and we can now check for this base. This is 2 units, and now it will be moving to 4 units. So it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 units, and it will be basically enlarged drawing. So we can take these points, basically this one, which points we can take. The one point we can take this one, and 4 units, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So one point will be this one. All the points should be on the line, and height is what? Height is 1, 2, and 3 units. So now current height will be 3 into 2 will be 6 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it will be basically this one we can take over here, and next point we can take, if we extend this red line, it will be like this one, and we can take this point also, and it will be like this. Will be our new enlarged drawing which we have drawn. Hopefully you are following each and everything. These type of enlargement with scale factor 2 or scale factor less than 1, like 1 by 2, they are mostly coming in exams, so you should practice these type of questions. Hopefully you understood this. We are done with this. Now question number 3. Question number 3 is the table shows some values for the function, this one, from 1 to 4.5, and x and y values are provided. Complete the table of values. This is 3-mark question. We are doing this in the easiest way, and how we will be doing, we will be typing this equation in our calculator. It will be 11 and x and minus 2x squared and minus 12. So after typing this equation, we will be calculating for 1 to double check whether our calculation is responding properly or not. So calculate for 1, and this should be minus 3, and we can check this is minus 3. Now we can calculate for 1.5. So calculate for 1.5, and it will give us 0. So answer here will be 0. Now we can calculate for 3.5. So calculate for 3.5, and it will give us 2. We can write here 2. Similarly calculate for 4. So calculate for 4, and this is equal to 0. And calculate for 4.5, and calculate for 4.5, and it gives us minus 3. And this is basically 3 marks part, which we have easily done by the easier method. Now B part, we can so on the grid below, draw the graph of y is equal to this one, which is the same curve from 1 to 45. So we will be using this table of values, and our first point is 1 and minus 3. 1 and minus 3 is over here. If we indicate 1 and minus 3 is this point, and the second point is 1.5 and 0. So 1.5 and 0 is this one, and next point is 2 and 2. So 2 and 2 we will mark over here. Next point is 2.5 and 3. So 2.5 and 3 is this one, and next point is 3.5 and 2. 3.5 and 2 is this mark, this one, and 3 is also 3. We missed 1 point. 3 is also 3, so this one. Next is 4 and 0. 4 and 0 is this, and 4.5 and minus 3. 4.5 and minus 3 will be this point. And in this region, we have 2 points at the equal level, so we can check for the middle value, which is 2.75. So we can check this calculation for 2.75, and this will be giving us 3.125. So from here we can go for up to like this point. We can keep in mind this is for additional point which we have taken for our accuracy. So now we know that this curve is not like straight shifting to this point, it is curving, and it is curving like this one. We can draw from here and this point, and this is curving to this one, and further we can curve this basically a little lesser, so like this one. We are trying to draw smoother curve, and this will be requiring a little practice, and basically this one. And next will be hopefully we'll be trying the curve, because screen is a little slippery, so it's a little difficult. So but pencil, we are having more control on pen and paper, or pencil and paper. No, this is done, and from here also we can rectify our graph wherever required. Now this is almost smoother curve which we have drawn, and after drawing this, what we have to do next part is this one. By drawing a suitable line, use your graph to solve the equation of this one, and this line is what? This provided line is 11x minus 2x square is equal to 11. So 11x minus 2x square is equal to 11. So what we will do, we will use the equation. So we can write our given equation is y is equal to 11x minus 2x square minus 12. Now this portion they are saying is equal to 11. So this portion we can replace by 11. So it will be 11 minus 12, which is equal to minus 1. So y will be equal to minus 1. So y equal to minus 1 will be the suitable equation which we can draw on this curve, and that curve is over here. We can draw that suitable line, and it will be y is equal to minus 1. Y is equal to minus 1 is the line which we have drawn, and now we can check for the solutions, and the solutions we can draw from here. This will be the x value, and from this side this will be the x value, and we can write this as this will be 1.3, and this one will be 4.2. We can write this answer over here. These are the x values which we are writing. This will be 1.3 and 4.2. We have indicated on the graph also. Hopefully you are understanding, and this was 2 mark question which we are done. Now D part. D part says the line y is equal to mx plus 2. mx plus 2. So it is passing through 2 point on y-axis, is the tangent to the curve this at point P. By drawing this tangent, find the coordinates of P. So first of all, we have to draw the tangent which is passing through y-intercept, which is 2. So our line will be over here. We can draw the line, and that line will be tangent passing through. If we draw with further accuracy. So this will be the tangent which we have drawn. Basically, this is the tangent. So it is touching to the curve at 2.75, and basically they are asking for find the coordinates of P. So X is this one. We can draw the X coordinate, we can show over here, and this will be 2.75, this one, and Y value will be 3.1. So coordinates of this one will be 2.75 and 3.1. This is the coordinates of P, which we can mention over here. This will be 2.75 and 3.1. Even you can write 2.7 also. So I'm just removing this 2.7, or you can round to 2.8. That will also be fine. Now work out the value of m. We need to find the gradient of this this one line which we have drawn. So to find the gradient, we will be drawing the triangle, and triangle will be which one? Triangle, we can draw the triangle, this one, and we will be considering this triangle. Basically, for the gradient rise over run, we will be checking. Hopefully you are understanding each and everything. So rise is what? Rise is this side up to this one, which is 3.1, which we have not 3.1, basically 1.1, 1.1, because 3.1 is from x-axis. So, and this side is 2.75, so 2.75 is run. So rise over run, m value will be equal to, we can write here because this is 2 marks question, so m value is equal to rise over run, which we have shown on the triangle also. So it will be 1.1 over 2.75. I have explained you these two values from where we have taken this, and now we can calculate 1.1 divided by 2.75, and this is equal to 0.4. So 0.4 will be our final answer for this part, and it is 2 marks question which we are done. Hopefully you understood this. Now this is question number 4. Keep in mind, diagram is not to scale. ABC lie on the circle. So A is here, B is here, C is here. ABBC is equal to 10.7. We will indicate AB is 10.7. Okay. So NBC is radius. Basically this one is 10.7 and this is also 10.7. Now OM is perpendicular. OM is perpendicular. O is over here and M is this one. So perpendicular. So it means that they have indicated also this is 90 degree. Now OM is perpendicular to OAB and ON is perpendicular to BC. Calculate the area of the circle. Now for area of the circle we require basically the radius. So how we will find the radius? We can find the radius, and if we indicate the radius over here, this one, OB will be the radius. Now to calculate OB, OB we can calculate 10.7 is given, and what else is given? So 10.7, half of this MB will be 10.7, so half of this we can calculate. 10.7 divided by 2 will be equal to 5.35. So 5.35 is this if we consider basically this triangle. So this BM is equal to 5.35. So O radius, basically radius is provided 8.5. Why we are worried? So 8.5 we can use this, and it is 2 marks straightforward question. So we can use pi r squared, which will be the area of the circle, so which is equal to pi into 8.5 squared, and we can calculate this. This will be basically this one. So pi and r squared 8.5 squared will be equal to 226.98. 226.98. This will be centimeter square, so we can write 226.98, or we can round it to the nearest centimeter, so it will be 227. Now write on the length of MB. Length of MB is required. MB we have already calculated. This is 1 mark question. We have already calculated over here, so we can show this will be 10.7 divided by 2 is equal to 5.35. So our answer to this we have already done, which is 5.35. Now they are saying calculate what? Calculate C part. Calculate angle MOB and show that it rounds to 39, correct, to the nearest degree. So MOB is what? MOB is basically this angle, this one. So we have radius, which is 8.5, and we have MB also. So in triangle OMB we can write sine theta. So sine theta will be equal to 5.35 divided by the hypotenuse, which is 8.5, and theta will be equal to sine inverse of 5.35 divided by 8.5, and this will be equal to shift sign of 5.35 and divided by 8.5, and bracket will be closed, and this is equal to 39. So this is the 39 degrees rounded answer, and this was 2 mark question. Hopefully you understood this. D part, using angle MOB is equal to 39, calculate the length of the major arc AC. Keep in mind major arc AC. So let us identify which arc they are talking about. AC is which arc? AC, if we draw is, so from A to C will be this arc, and length of this arc is required from this point to this point. So angle we will be taking is this much. So up to this is 39, this is 39, this is 39, so and this is 39. So 4 times 39 we will be subtracting from 360, and we will get angle, and that angle will be 360 minus 4 times 39, and this is equal to 204. So angle we will take 204 degrees. Hopefully you understand this. So now we can write the working over here. 360 minus 39 into 4 is equal to 204. 204, and now we can apply the arc length formula. So AC length of AC will be equal to theta over 360 into 2 pi r, and r is 8.5, and this will be resulting to we can write 200 divided by 360, theta over 360 into 2 and pi, and r is 8.5 bracket close, and this is 85 or 9 pi. Our decimal value will be 29 point basically it's not 200, it's 204. We did mistake over here, and this one also it will be 204. And now if we rectify, this one is the 30.26, 30.26, and we can write it as 30.3. This will be the answer, 30.3, 3-mark question. Now E part says the tangents to the circle at A and C meet at T. Explain clearly why triangle ATB is congruent to triangle CTB. So these are basically the triangles ABT and BCT basically. So we can draw the triangle and understand where is that triangle. If we draw this one from here, so this is the triangle they are talking about, and we can shade one triangle, this one. So this is basically, we know we have to show this is similar to this green one. So we can write TB is common in both, so we can write TB is equal to TB, TB is equal to TB, and which is common, and then we can write AT is equal to TC. These are the tangents, so AT is equal to TC. They are tangents and equal. So tangents to circle is this one. So tangents to same circle, and then we can write AB is equal to BC, and if I show you AB is equal to BC are 10.7 each, which is basically given. AB is equal to BC, which is given as 10.5. We can write here given as 10.5 each. So this is 3-mark part which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can move to question number 5. Question number 5 says Paul buys a number of large sacks of fertilizer costing X dollar each. He spends 27. So write down in terms of X an expression for the number of large sacks which Paul buys. So 27 dollars he spent on X sacks. So 27 over X will be our answer for this one mark part. Then Rolla buys a number of small sacks of fertilizer. Each small sack costs $2 less than a large sack. Rolla spends 25. So less than, so spending is instead of 27 it is 25, and X minus 2 because costing 2 less, so we can write X minus 2, and this will be our answer, and that will also 1 mark, so X minus 2. Now they are saying Rolla buys 4 more sacks than Paul. Write down an equation X and show that it simplifies to this one. So 4, so difference of these two transactions is equal to 4. So if we can subtract this 4, and this will become equal to 27 over X. So we can basically this is 4-mark question, so we'll have to completely provide for working for this. So we will shrink this one to the readable size, and now we can simplify. For simplification, what we can do, we can put them brackets. So algebraic fractions, basically to simplify algebraic fractions. This is the simplest method which I am explaining. Put everything in brackets like this, and to get rid of these two denominators, take these two denominators and multiply everything by x into x minus 2, x into x minus 2, and here also x into x minus 2. So now you can cancel whatever cancellation possible. So x will be cancelled with x, and x minus 2 will be cancelled with x minus 2, and our equation will be 25x minus this will be 4x into x minus 2 will be equal to 27 into x minus 2. We got rid of denominators and we can open the bracket, so it will be 25x minus 4x squared and plus 8x. 4x into minus 2 will be plus 8x, and this is equal to 27x minus 27 into 27 multiplied by minus 2 will be equal to minus 54. So now adding the like terms, so we can shift everything also to the other side, so it will be this one and this one we can add, so minus 4x square, and this will be 25 plus 8 will be 33, so plus 33x 33x and is equal to 27 minus 54. So we can shift this everything to other side, so we'll get 4x squared minus 33x plus this should be 27x minus 54. So 27x and minus 54 is equal to 0, and we can shrink again. This will be 33 minus 27 will be 6 minus 6x, and minus 54 is equal to 0. Now we can take 2 common, so it will be 2x squared minus 3x minus 27 is equal to 0. 2 cannot be equal to 0, so this implies what? 2x squared minus 3x minus 27 is equal to 0, and this was 4-mark question which we have to prove, which we have done. Now they are saying solve this quadratic equation, and to solve this quadratic equation, you know, we can use even calculator also. Mode 5 3 and coefficient is 2, but we will be providing the complete working, and minus 27, and this will give us 9 by 2 and minus 3. So 9 by 2 and minus 3 will be changing sign and utilizing these numbers. First of all, I will write x plus 3, and this space I have kept intentionally for providing working, and the second step we will use this one, so it will be 2x, denominator will be writing with the x, and minus 9 is equal to 0. And now we can provide this intermediate step. We will write x and into this whole thing, which is 2x minus 9, and then we'll write this plus 3 and into 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. Now this is the complete working. We can write x plus 3 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. This implies x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to 9 by 2, and this will be basically our answer, which we can write x is equal to minus 3, and if we provide in decimal it will be 4.5, so we can write 4.5 as answer, and this is the mark question which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. I'm erasing this extra working which I've done over here. Now calculate the number of sets which Paul buys, and Paul is what? For Paul we have written this one 227 over x, so we can write 27 over 4.5, and this will be negative value we will not be taking because sex cannot be negative, so 27 divided by 4.5 is equal to 6. So answer will be 6 over here. This is one more part which we have done. Now question number 6. Question 6 says, if we go to the question A part, diagram is not to scale. The diagram shows triangle LMN with LM as 12 centimeter, LN as 15 centimeter, MN as 21 centimeter. Part 1, calculate the angle LMN. Show that this rounds to 44.4, correct to one decimal place. So we have to provide answer over here. So we know that we have to show angle LMN. If we identify LMN is basically this angle, so we can apply cosine rule to find the angle, because we have all three sides. So when we have all three sides, we can easily apply cosine rule. So what is cosine rule? Opposite of this angle we will take, which is 15. So we'll write here 15 squared is equal to one side square, which is 12 squared, plus other side square, which is 21 squared, minus 2 into one side, which is 12, and other side, which is 21, and cos of LMN, this is, we can take it as theta, so we write theta. And now we can shift cos theta, we can shift basically first these two, we will be shifting to other side. So 15 squared minus 12 squared minus 21 squared, and then we can shift this also to other side. So over minus 2 into 12 into 21, and this is equal to cos theta. Now we can write theta is equal to cos inverse of this whole thing, 15 square minus 12 square minus 21 square, and this will be divided by minus 2 into 12 into 21, and this can be simplified as shift cos of, your calculator should be in degree mode. You will have to be careful for that one, otherwise your answer will be incorrect. And 12 square minus 21 squared and divided by minus 2 into 12 into 21, bracket close, and this bracket close, and this is giving us 44.415, 44.415, and they're saying up to one decimal place. So if we round this one, 44.4 degrees will be the one decimal place up to 1 dp, and this was 4-mark question which we have done. Now we can go through the second part, which is saying calculate the area of the triangle LMN. Now the same triangle area is required, area of this whole triangle is required, and for area of the triangle we know the formula is what? Formula is half into AB sine C. So we can write the formula here, area of triangle is equal to half into AB sine C, and AB two sides are 12 and 21, so we can write 1 by 2 into 12 into 21 into sine of this angle which we just found, which is 44.4 degrees, and this one we can calculate, this will be 0.5 for half, and 12 and 21, and sine of 44.4, again it should be, calculator should be in degree mode, so 88.157, 88.157, and if we double check we have done everything correctly, yes. So this will be 88.16, we can give this as answer. This will be centimeter square because lengths are in centimeters. So everything is done. Now we can move to the B part, and B part says what? B part says that the diagram is not to scale. The diagram shows triangle PQR with PQ is equal to 6.4 and angle PQR is 82 and angle QPR is 43. This angle is also provided. Calculate the length of PR. PR length is this one, so this length is required. So for this one, we have basically two angles we have, so we can find third angle. So we can write angle PRQ is equal to, that will be 180 minus 43 plus 82, and this will be equal to, these are all degrees, so this will be 180 minus, this will be 43 and plus 82, and this will be resulting to 55. So this angle is 55 degrees. After finding this one, now we have this angle and its opposite side, and this side is required, so its opposite angle is also there. So we can basically apply sine rule, and sine rule will be what? It will be PR over sine of 82. Sine of 82 will be equal to PQ, which is 6.4 over sine of 55, which is opposite angle. So PR will be equal to 6.4 sine of 82 and divided by sine of 55 degrees, and this will be equal to, if we use calculator, it will be 6.4 sine of 82 bracket close and divided by sine of 55 bracket close, and this will be resulting to 7.736. So we can write 7.74 up to 2 dp, 7.74 up to 2 dp. So we can mention here, so this will be in centimeters, and 7.74 is answer for 4 marks which we have done. Now we can move to the next question. This is matrices question. Currently Cambridge has removed matrices from the syllabus, but even then I'm solving, because you never know, Cambridge will again include, and that will be basically better to solve this one for future consideration. So A is given, B is given, C is given, and D is also given. A part, calculate the result of each of the following if possible. So if possible, you will have to keep in mind that there may be some situation when multiplication is not possible. So they are saying, if a calculation is not possible, write not possible in the answer space. So 3a is possible, we can multiply. So 3a will be equal to 3 into 5 and 7, and that will be what? That will be 15. We will multiply each and every term by 3, so it will be 15 and 21. So 15 and 21, this will be 1 mark answer. AC, if we multiply A first row and first column. First row is having one term and first column is having two terms, so it is not possible. So we will write here not possible. Then BA is required. For BA, we have B is what? B is 6 and minus 4, and A is 5 and 7. So first row, first column, and this will be equal to 30 minus 28, which is equal to 2. So we can write the answer as 2. So we can write answer over here too, so that it should not be confused with the previous part. And fourth part, C plus D. We have to add C plus D. So C is what? C is 2413. So we can write here 2413, and plus D is 29 minus 1 minus 3, and we can add. We will be adding the respective terms. So 2 plus 2 will be 4, 4 plus 9 will be 13, 1 minus 1 will be 0 and 3 minus 3 will be 0. So this will be our answer for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Then comes to next part is d square. So d square will be d multiplied by d, and d is what? D is given, if we write d, it will be 2 9 minus 1 minus 3, and it will be multiplied by itself, 2 9 minus 1 minus 3. So first row, first column, and this will be resulting to 4 and minus 9, and then we will be writing first row, second column, so 18 and minus 27, and second row and first column, so it will be minus 2 and plus 3, and then second row second column, so it will be minus 9 and plus 9. So this will be resulting to 4 and minus 9 will be resulting to minus 5. 18 and minus 27 will be minus 9, and minus 2 plus 3 will be 1, minus 9 plus 9 will be 0. So this will be our final answer, which we can provide over here. This will be the final answer for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now B part, calculate C inverse, the inverse of C. So inverse is what? C inverse will be equal to adjoint of C over C mod. So adjoint of C, we will be changing the location, and C is what? C, if we check, C is 2413. So 2413. So 2 and 3 location will be changed, and sign for these two will be changed. This will be adjoint of C over C mod will be 2413. This is basically our C if I write for you. So this will be 6 multiply this will be minus 4. This is equal to 2. So that mod will be 2. This is basically C mod which we have calculated, and this will be equal to 1 by 2 into 3 minus 1 minus 4 and minus 4 and 2, and this will be the final answer for 2 marks which we are done with. Hopefully you understood this. Question number 8. In this question, give all your answers as fractions. So when Ivan goes to school in winter, the probability that he wears a hat is 5 by 8. So wears a hat 5 by 8, we can write here 5 by 8, a tree diagram we can fill side by side while going to the question. If we wear a hat, the if he wears a hat, the probability that he wears a scarf is 2 by 3. So this is 2 by 3. So remaining will be what? If this is 5 by 8, this will be 3 by 8 remaining. And if it is 2 by 3, and then this will be 1 by 3. And if he does not wear a hat, so does not wear this side, that he wears a scarf is 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 will be this one. So remaining will be 5 by 6. So we have completed this tree diagram which was supposed to do for A part, and this was 3 marks question which we are done with. Now B part, find the probability. Now probability is for what? That Yvonne, number 1, does not wear a hat and does not wear a scarf. So does not wear a hat and scarf is this section. So we will be multiplying these two, and it will be 3 by 8 multiplied by 5 by 6, and this will be equal to 15 over 48. 15 over 48, or we can write this answer, we can write over here. That's all. This will be our answer, and it's 2 marks. Then they are saying wears a hat but does not wear a scarf. So wear a hat but does not wear a scarf will be this line, this branch, and it will be 5 by 8 into 4 by 3. 5 by 8, 5 by 8 into 4 by 3. This will be equal to, it's 4 by 3 or no? Sorry, this is 1 by 3. So 1 over 3. So it will be 1 over 3 and it will be 5 over 24. So answer will be 5 by 24. This will be answer for 2 marks. Then wears a hat or a scarf but not both. Wears a scarf will be this section, and wears a hat will be but not both. So we will take this branch and this branch. So one of them should be yes, the other one should be no, and we will add them, product of those. So 5 by 8 into 1 by 3 plus 3 by 8 into 1 by 6, and this will be equal to what we can, 5 by 8 5 by 8 into 1 over 3, and bracket will be closed, and plus this will be 3 over 8 and multiply by 1 over 6, and this will be resulting to 13 over 48. So 13 over 48 will be our final answer for this part, which is question, which is 2 marks part. So C part, if Ivan wears a hat and a scarf, the probability that he wears gloves is 7 by 10. So calculate the probability that Ivan does not wear all three of hat, scarf and gloves. So does not wear all three. So all three will be what? All three will be 10 by 24. 10 by 24 will be wear gloves and wear hat. Wear gloves and basically hat and scarf. Hat and scarf will be this root, this one and this one. Wears hat and scarf, which is 5 by 8, 5 by 8 multiplied by 2 by 3, which is equal to 10 by 24, and this 10 by 24 we have taken over here, this one 10 by 24, and wears a scarf is given 7 by 10, so this will be multiplied by 7 by 10, and this is the probability that he wears all three, and for does not we will be taking 1 minus this, and this will be equal to 1 minus in brackets, this will be 10 over 24 and multiplication 7 over 10, and bracket will be closed, and this is equal to 17 over 24. This will be 17 over 24 will be our final answer for 3 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now question number 9. Question number 9, A part says diagram is not to scale. The diagram shows a prism of length 12 centimeter. The cross section is a regular hexagon of side 4 centimeter. Calculate the total surface area of the prism. Now first of all, what we will do, we will draw this triangle like this one. So this is the triangle, and we can find area of the triangle, and area of the triangle how we'll find. So this is equilateral triangle. This will be 60, this will also be 60, and this will also be 60. So area of this triangle will be half into AB sine C, and one side is 4, the other side is also, all sides are 4 centimeters, because this is a regular hexagon of side 4, so all sides will be 4, and we can now write down area of triangle will be equal to 1 by 2 AB sine C, which is equal to 1 by 2 4 into 4 into sine of 60 degree, and this will be equal to 0.5 into 4 into 4 into sine of 60 degree, your calculator should be in degree mode, so 4 under root 3. This will be area of one triangle, but we are having how many triangles we are having. This is what we need to identify basically. So we can just draw how many triangles it will be having. So it will be having 1 2 3 4 5 6. So area will be, face area will be what? Face area will be equal to 6 times area of the triangle, that is equal to 6 times 4 under root 3, that will be equal to 24 under root 3. This will be face area. Now multiply by total surface area will be what? Total surface area is basically, there are two face areas. So face 2 into face area will be equal to 48 under root 3. This will be the front face area and the back face area. Now we can find area of this portion, this side, and this side will be how much? This will be 4 centimeter and this is 12, so 12 into 4 will be 48. So we can say this is 48 into 6 sides, so plus this will, we can write separately. So total surface area is equal to 48 under root 3 plus this will be 48. 12 into 4 will be 48 into 6. 48 multiplied by 6 is equal to, we can simplify, this will be 48 root 3 and plus this will be 48 multiplied by 6 is equal to 371.14. 371.14 up to 2 dp. So this is what we can provide, 371.14, and this is up to 2 dp, and 4-mark question which we have done. Now B part says water flows through a cylindrical pipe of radius 0.74 centimeter. It fills a 12-liter bucket in 4 minutes. Calculate the speed of the water through pipe in centimeters per minute. Centimeters per minute. If we cylindrical shape, so we can figure out basically like this one. We can draw the triangle, basically circle we can draw. So circle will be like this one. Say this is the circle, and center is what? Center is this one, and the radius is 0.74 centimeters. 0.74 centimeters, and area will be what? This area of the circle will be pi r squared, and pi r squared we can calculate area, and this area we can say this area will be pi r squared, which is equal to pi into 0.74 squared, and this will be equal to it's pi multiply by 0.74 squared will be equal to 1.72 pi r squared. Basically this is 74, so it will be 1.72, 1.72, yes, 1.72. Now this will be 12 liters means what? 12 liters, we can change 12 liters into centimeter cube divided by 4 minutes. It's taking 4 minutes, so this will be equal to 4 3s are 12, so 3000. So it will be 3000. Now 3000 we will divide by this one, and we will get this 3000 divided by 1.72. This will be 3000 divided by answer is equal to 1743. 1743.8. So we can round it to 1744 centimeter per minute. This will be our answer for this part. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can move to the second part, and second part says when the 12-liter bucket is emptied into a circular pool, the water level rises to 5 millimeters. Keep in mind this 5 is in millimeters. This is important, they have given in bold. Calculate the radius of the pool correct to the nearest centimeter. So pool is circular pool, so pi r square into h will be the volume of the pool, and this is equal to 12 liters, which is given over here when bucket is emptied, and h is 5 millimeters. So pi r squared into 5 millimeter is equal to, now we can change this into centimeters, and this will be 12,000 centimeter cube, and further we can change into millimeters, so it will be 000 multiply by 1000. Now it will be millimeters. Now we can calculate r square will be equal to 1 2 and 6 zeros, and divided by pi r square, sorry, pi into 5 or 5 pi, and r will be equal to what? R we can write r will be equal to under root of 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 zeros divided by 5 pi, and if we calculate, this will be square root of 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros, and divided by 5 and pi, and this is giving us 874 874 centimeters. Basically this is millimeters, not centimeters, millimeters. Now but we need answer in centimeters, so we'll have to divide by 100. So this will be equal to 87 uh, 87.4 centimeter divided by 10. Basically there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter, so answer will be correct to the nearest centimeter will be 87 centimeter. This is 5-mark question which we have done. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can go through this fraction, algebraic fraction question. 5 by 4, so we can equalize the denominator, so 5 by 4 will be multiplied by 5 from, and minus 2x over 5 will be multiplied by 4 over 4, and this will be result 5 into 5 will be 25 over 20, minus this will be 8x over 20, and this will be 25 minus 8x. Denominators are equal, so we can join them together, and this will be our answer, 25 minus 8x over 20. Similarly, we can solve the second part also, and second part says this is the fraction plus these two we have to. So what we can do, we can take LCM, and this will be, we can take LCM over here, so 3 into x plus 3, and 4 multiplied by 3 will be 12, plus we can multiply 2x minus 1 by x minus 3, so we can write here 2x minus 1 into x plus 3, and now we can open the brackets, so it will be 12 plus 2x into x will be 2x squared, 2x plus 3 will be multiplied by plus 3 will be plus 6x, and minus 1 into x will be minus x, minus 1 into 3 will be minus 3, and divided by 3 into x plus 3. And now adding like terms, we will get 12 plus 2x squared, and this will be plus 5x, and plus this will be 9, and over this will be 3 into x plus 3. Further, we can further simplify 2x squared plus 5x, and plus this will be 9 plus this is not 9, this is minus 3 basically, and we did mistake, so it will be plus 9 after simplification. 12 minus 3 will be 9, over this will be 3 into x plus 3. This will be our final answer, which we can copy over here to x squared plus 5x plus 9 divided by 3 into x plus 3. And this was 3-mark question which we have done. Now we are having simultaneous equations to solve, and what we will be doing, we can check for the coefficients of x and y. So first we will multiply the first equation by 2 to equalize coefficients of y, and our modified equation will be 9 into 2 will be 18x, minus 2 into 2 will be minus 4y is equal to 24. And the second equation as it is, we are just copying. Now as coefficient of y are having same signs, so we can just add them, and this will be by adding, we will be cancelling, and our result will be 18, 19, 20 and 21. So 21x will be equal to 14, so x will be equal to 14 over 21, which is basically equal to 2 over 3. So this is our x value, and y value also we can find by replacing, and in any of these two equations I am replacing in the second one. So 3 into 2 by 3 plus 4y is equal to minus 10, and this will be cancelled, and this will be 4y is equal to minus 10 minus 2, which is equal to minus 12. So y will be equal to minus 12 by 4, and after cancellation we will get minus 3, so y will be equal to minus 3. So y is minus 3 and x is 2 by 3, and this was 3-mark question which we are done with. Now C part, simplify. We have to simplify this algebraic fraction, and from the numerator we can take x common, and this one, and the denominator we can factorize. So factors, we can write 2x squared, and plus we can write 6x plus 3x plus 3, and we can make these pairs, and after that we can further write, we can take common from these two, we can take common 2x, and inside will be x plus 3, and from these two we can take 1 common, basically 3 common, and inside will be x plus this should be 9 here, basically 9 we missed, so this will be 3, and now we can further write 7 into x plus 3, and denominator will be 2x plus 3 into x plus 3, and we can cancel this term with this one, and our answer will be 7 over 2x plus 3. This will be our final answer which we can provide over here, and this is 4 marks part which we are done with. Now next question, question number 11. It says Sydney draws a triangle OP1 P2. OP is equal to 3, P1 P2 is equal to 1 centimeter, and angle is 90 degree. This one, show that OP under root 10 centimeters. OP2 is under root 10 centimeters. So by Pythagoras theorem we know this side, length here side square is equal to sum of squares of other two sides root, so it will be OP2 2 will be equal to square root of 3 squared plus 1 squared, which is equal to 9 under root 9, not 9, 10. So 10 under root basically, and this will be 3 square will be 9 plus 1 will be 10. So this is how we are getting 10 under root, and this was 1 mark part which we are done. Now B part, it says the Sydney now draws the lines P2, P3 and OP3 triangle. This one mathematical similar to this. So now we know this one we have already done. This is under root 10, and now write down the length. Write down the length of P2, P3. P2, P3 is this length for in the form of under root this. So 3 is changing from here, we can figure out 3 is changing to under root 3. So 1 will be changing to 10 over under root 3, 10 under root over 3, this one. So we can write 10 under root over 3 as our answer, and this is 1 mark part which we have done. Now they are saying calculate the length of OP3 in the form C over D. OP3 is which one? OP3 is this length. So we need to again apply Pythagoras theorem. So OP3 will be equal to, so I'll rewrite OP3 is equal to under root 10 squared plus under root 10 over 3 squared, and this will be whole under root, and this will be equal to what we can use calculator for that, square root of, in brackets, square root of 10 and bracket close, and this will be squared, and plus this will be fraction root of 10 over 3, and we can close the bracket, and this will be squared, and this is 10 over 3. So 10 over 3 will be our answer for 2 marks. Sydney continues to add mathematically similar triangles to his drawing. Find the OP5. OP5 is this one. OP5. OP5 we need to find. So our sequence is what? First one is 3. Next is under root 10, and next is under is 10 over 3, 10 over 3, and so on, it is continuing. So basically we are multiplying by under root 10 over 3 to get the next term. So we will multiply this by under root 10 over 3 to get this term, fourth term, but we require fifth term. So once again we will multiply basically this one. We'll have to write like this. So 10 over 3 will be multiplied by under root 10 over 3 once to get this fourth term, and to get fifth term we will be multiplying again by this, and this one we can rewrite 10 over, we can calculate this, and multiplication root of 10 over 3. So root of 10 over 3 and multiply by root of 10 over 3 again, and this is equal to 100 over 27. So 100 over 27, this will be the final answer for 2 marks. We are done with this. Hopefully you understood this. Now D part 1. D part 1 says show that angle P1OP2 is 18.4 correct to 1 decimal place. P1OP2. P1OP2 is which angle? Is this angle. So in this triangle which we can shade, we are considering this triangle, and in this triangle we know opposite and we know adjacent. So opposite over adjacent will be 1 by 3, so that will be tan theta. So we can write tan theta is equal to 1 by 3, so theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 3, and this is equal to shift tan of 1 over 3, and bracket will be closed, and this is equal to 18.4. So 18.4 degrees, which we were supposed to show, and this was 2-mark question which we had done. Now write down the size of the angle P2OP3. P2OP3 triangles are similar, so these all angles will be same, so it will also be 18.4, so we can write 18.4 degrees. And similar triangles. So next is what? Next is third part, the last triangle Sydney can draw without covering his first triangle is triangle OPN minus 1 OPN. So this is basically the last triangle which without overlapping the first triangle they have drawn. We will consider OPN minus 1 and PN, and we will calculate the number of n. So what we can do, first of all, we can understand starting from here back to this one will be 360 angle. So 360 degree we can divide by one angle, and one angle is what? 18.4. 18.4 is one angle. So we can divide 360 by 18.4, and this will be for one triangle. And if we calculate 360 divided by 18.4, this is giving us 19.56. 19.56, this many triangles. So now for first triangle is which one? First triangle is this one. For if we understand like this, first triangle will be having n as n will be equal to 2, P2. You can check this P2. So n value will be 2 because n is on this corner, so P2. So this will be n will be equal to 2. So what we can do, we can move here and we can write for first triangle n is equal to 2. For second triangle n will be equal to 3, and so on. For n minus 1 triangle, this n will be equal to for n minus 1, what we can do, for 19th triangle we can check. For 19th triangle n will be equal to 19 plus 1, which is 20, because if this is second we are getting n is equal to 3, so 1 added to by this one, right? So we are if this is first, this will be 2, if this is second, this will be third, if it is 19th, it will be 20th. So n is equal to 20. We can write our answer over here, and this was 3-mark question. I have tried my best to explain everything, and hopefully you understood. And don't forget to subscribe this channel. Also recommend this channel to your friends and classmates, and introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.